Hi, this is Colin at Muse Dragon Media. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add an event to your event calendar on your website. We're going to go ahead and get started. You've got a shortcut button here already set up to add an event, or you can also go to New Event or ME Calendar and add event. We're going to go ahead and get started by clicking on the shortcut button, and it's going to take us to our page here where we can create our event. I'm going to go over here, and our events are going to be set up to where once we create them, they're going to show up in our events section on our website, and also on an events page that'll be set up on your website as well. But this is where they'll be displayed, and again, all you have to do is create that, and you don't have to worry about any of this. We're going to go ahead and let's go to our help docs, and we'll go to add events, and here you'll find a table of contents. I'm going to collapse that, and this will just be some written instructions for how to get started adding an event. We're ready to create an event. We're going to use a tool called Modern Events Calendar, which is just a plugin that's been installed on your website. It's just an easy way to display a calendar of events on your website and get them organized. So here's how to do it. We're going to get started. We're going to go to add event, which we've already done. And step one, we're going to go ahead and add a title. So let's go back to where we were, and let's just add a title. Let's go with Thirsty Thursdays. We're going to, and in here, this is your text window. We're going to add our text to put a brief description of what you've got. If and all right, and so we've got some text. We just got a brief description of your event, and however whatever you would like to put in here, you can type it in just like you would in any kind of word editor. You can add, if you wanted to add another extra picture in here, you could go ahead and do that now. I'm not going to put that in here. Let's, hey, he looks like he's thirsty. I'm going to insert into post, and now, because this works a little differently than the block editor, you will have a little harder time moving images around. So there we go. I'm just going to leave it like that. And now we've got a description. We've added an image. We could make a list, type anything in. We could add a heading. If we want to add, let's go ahead. We'll put another heading just for fun. Let's do a heading. Oh, we made that a heading. That's not what I wanted to do. Go back to paragraph. There we go. There we go. On about Thirsty. How about Thirsty? There we go. So once you get everything set up, you're good to go. Now let's go back. And as you can see, I have step 2, add a featured image. Now again, the reason I recommend setting the featured image first is because if you get in here and start adding text and content, oftentimes you'll be ready and you'll get ready and you'll hit publish, and you'll have forgotten to add your featured image. So that's why on here on your actual written instructions, the next step would have been to go over here to your side panel and scroll to the bottom and set your featured image. We're going to set a featured image. We're just going to pick one from our library. Again, you could come over here and upload a file and use that. We've already got one uploaded, so I'm just going to use this. And normally, again, you would have alternate text up here. I'm going to set my featured image, and the featured image is going to be the thing that's going to show up at the top. Let's go back to our dashboard. A couple of things on your actual individual cards here on your event section. It'll be this image here. That'll be your featured image, and it will also be the image that shows up at the top of the events page. So that's what your featured image is going to be for, just so you're familiar with exactly where that's going to end up. Let's go back to our events. Okay, and so again, now that we've set our featured image, then we were supposed to come back and add our content so that we didn't forget. Now the next step in our process, after we've added our text and content, we're going to need to add a date and time. So over here on these tabs on the left of this screen, let's go to our date and time, and we've got a Thursday, let's just go ahead and set a Thursday here. We got that set for, we said we're going to do 5 p.m. Now, when you are creating an event, even if it's going to end up being a recurring or repeating event, you need to make sure and add an end date here for the first occurrence of that event. So we're going to have the same 17th, and we're going to end it at, oh, let's be frisky. We're going to end it at midnight. And so now we've got that set for the first occurrence from 5 p.m. to 12 midnight. And the next step, we're going to see, is it repeating? And we've got Thirsty Thursdays. We want to repeat it every Thursday. So we're going to click here on event repeating. It's going to give us the option of what kind of repeat interval we're going to do. We're going to repeat it weekly. And we can do never. It's only going to do once. We're going to repeat once, or we can set a date to end it on, or we can set it after it's going to occur for 6 times, or we can set a future date. It's usually the easiest way to do it if you know when that's going to be. So let's just go ahead and we'll say it's going to be an event all through the summer. We're going to go through Thursday, the 2nd of September. So we'll just go ahead and go one extra day. And that way we know we've got ourselves covered. And we're going to go all the way through and end on the 2nd of September will be the last day of this repeating event. We can go hourly schedule. That's if you've got something that's got different hours on different days. You got end dates. You can kind of customize if you have a 2 or 3 day event. Most of the time, hopefully, we're not going to be dealing with that. You can go in and add a location. You've already got downtown entered. If you want to add a new one, you can just type in a new one and it will add it. So we picked a location. We can, if you wanted to add events, links for somewhere else on your event, most of the time it's going to be from your website, so you're not necessarily going to need to link to an external website, but you can if you need to. You can add an organizer. Again, you can insert a new organizer if you need to, or we've got one already selected. I'm just going to say it's me. You do have the option, if this is an event where that you had like some sort of entry fee, $5 at the door or something, you can put a cost on your event as well. It's a simple place to put it. And your event status here. Most of the time, you're just going to leave it on schedule. This is for active events. If for some reason you wanted to postpone it, you can postpone it. You can cancel, mark it as canceled, or you can say that it moved online. That does help a little bit once if this has been up for a little bit and Google's already started to index it. If you mark it as postponed or canceled, it'll just help Google index that so it doesn't no one shows up thinking that you've got an event going on that's actually been canceled. That's the last piece here that you need to worry with. We've got everything set up to repeat. And we're going to go over to the tab. We've got repeat, location, we've got an organizer, we've set our status. Now we're ready to publish our event from the side panel menu. So we're going to go over here to the top of our side panel. If for some reason you had come along and you entered this and you wanted to wait to publish it, you do have the option to edit when you're going to publish it. You can set it to publish on a future date if you still have something to work on, but you want to go ahead and get this published, but it's not quite ready for people to see on your website. You could select a future date and come back and edit it later, and it's not going to show up until the date that you set in the future. Most of the time, you're not going to need to worry with that. You'll just leave it on immediately. So I'll just hit cancel. Tags is not something you really need to worry with. You can go with categories. You want to make sure and generally add some sort of category to your event. It just helps with searching. Again, helps Google find it better. It helps people helps it be organized on your website in the future. If it's something, especially if it's some sort of category like food or entertainment or something that is going to be an ongoing event that you may schedule, you want to go ahead and give it a category. In this case, I'm going to say I'm going to add a different one for it. And you can either hit enter or add new category. It's going to show up and there, make sure it's checked. You're good. Now we can also select an event color, and again, it just helps with categorizing it. When someone's viewing your calendar on your website, it'll be organized. They'll see different categories can be arranged with different colors. Most of the time, this is going to be set up with your default theme colors on here, so you can just pick one. And then again, down here at the bottom, you don't really need to worry about labels. And again, we're just going to confirm that you have set a featured image. Once you've got that done, we actually want to, by default, I'll normally have this set up to not allow comments. I would recommend that you do not allow comments on your events. On your website, it's great on social media to get feedback. It just opens up an extra layer of security risk, and it's one other place that then you'll have to worry about. It's a little bit of an administrative burden that's really unnecessary nowadays. Most of those things you're going to really be handling through your social media, so I would generally recommend not allowing comments. And once we get all that done, we've reviewed, it is ready to publish. So we'll go back to the top area on the right menu, and we're going to hit publish. And we should be ready to roll. Now, when we come over to our home page, go back to our dashboard. Let's go to our home page, and we scroll down. And again, here you can see in our events section on our website that's already set up for you, you can see our events, our upcoming events that are coming up. We've got our event here that we just scheduled. These colors will all be formatted a little better for your actual website. Again, you can see this little color tab. Sometimes I might have this set up to where this whole entire tile will be this category color that you set for your event. And you want to keep that in mind when if that is the case. So when you're here, now we can go and we go look at our event, and here's the event page. And again, all of this will be customized for your website. All the fonts and colors and everything will be set up. They'll look a little better for your actual website. And here's your featured image, here's your date, here's your time, your location, your category, the organizer, and an easy place to share your events, share them to social media. You do have a button to import or export, depending on which direction we're going, how you're wanting to look at it. If someone wants to come to your website, comes to your website and they want to import this event into their own calendar, they can import it into their Google Calendar, into their iPhone calendar, or Outlook calendar. There's just a countdown timer to let them know how long they've got to get prepared for your event. And real quick, we can go over here, and again, you go to categories. By giving it a category, you'll be able to, someone can look at the events that are coming up by category. They can be arranged that way. You can also, normally we would have, let's go back here, there we go. And normally we would have a page on your website that would be your events calendar, so that you'll see what that can look like or will look like. And it kind of defaults to just a list of upcoming events here, but we could go look at your calendar, and here we go. There's your monthly calendar. You can look at it on a weekly basis, but your monthly calendar, and you can see these will be labeled here, and you can see and go to an event. There it is. Again, he's happy. We're having Taco Tuesdays, and we have also published an event to your website. I think that's just about it. Hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, you can contact me from the dashboard with your contact form, or just reach out, Colin at Muse Dragon Media. I hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you later. Thanks.